Welcome, everybody, to another episode of this podcast or Robutt podcast. Robutt. Hi, how's it going? I have my behind the scenes little sticker thingy on my hat this time. Didn't change out the outfit because I just shot another video. But, quick thing. Welcome to 2025. Woo! I believe as of uploading this, it will be the first Sunday of 2025. So heck yes, let's get to it. This might also be a shorter podcast because I got lots to do. It is currently December, at least as of recording this video. It's December 31st, and I got lots of videos to make before the end of the night. So woo! And I'm not working into the evening because I have get-togethers and things I'd like to do. So let's dive in. Gosh, where do I even begin? Here. I should have planned this ahead of time. I mean, I kind of did, but, yeah. I'm curious, what are your guys' best memories of 2024? I'll share a couple of mine. Went over to Hawaii. That was a lot of fun. I absolutely love Hawaii. If you haven't been, it is one of the coolest things ever. It's just also a nifty vibe, too. Like, as someone who who has grown up in the Pacific Northwest, it's really nifty to see essentially a lot of greenery, but like in a different sense. It's also just very peaceful and lovely and so nice. I have never lived there, but I've heard those who have lived there get a little bit of that, like, cabin fever or whatever it is for the island. You know, you get stuck in one spot, but yeah, I don't know. It was really cool to go over there. Shot a couple of things there, but mostly just went there for a vacation. So that was a lot of fun. Oh yeah, and then going all the way back to my first podcast, I had a friend visit, and that was a lot of fun. And this is a friend who is very special to me, and I've known them for, gosh, now over a decade. That's wild. Yeah, that was really cool. I get to show this friend of mine my city, my home, and it was just overall a very good time. Then I went to Montreal with some robot friends. I got to meet up with Brio, Ro, Fuchsia, and Circuit. It was, I think, the second time ever I got to meet up with Circuit, so that was a lot of fun. Never been out of the state before. I'm sorry, out of the country. And so that was just a wild time of like, whoa, this is so different and yet so familiar. Would love to make more trips like that regularly. So yeah, good memories. Really cool to just walk around. Oh my goodness, their subway is so cool. And the architecture in Montreal is really cool. Oh, and duh, the only reason why we were there to begin with was because of the eclipse. So, never seen that in person before. That was wild, especially like feeling how cold it got real quickly too. It was a really good time. It was a lot of fun. Vegas and NAB. I've never been to Vegas before, and I've never been to NAB before. NAB stands for National Association of Broadcast, at least I believe that's what it stands for. And it's basically just a giant expo for media technology. So if you have switcher boards for like news broadcasts, you have cameras for filmmakers, you have lights for both video and film, you have servers for, I don't know, TV stations and stuff. That's where you get all of that stuff. And you can check out what's new, what's coming, what's already here, stuff like that. It is the biggest event for a lot of these like tech companies. And so I was there working with Aperture and Amaran as someone who was like working at the booth, and it was cool. Very big. I would love to go again this next year, or I guess now 2025. Hey, for you guys, I would love to go this year, 2025. By myself though, without like working there, I would love to actually like walk around and just have fun. Vegas as a city is also wild too. Goodness gracious, you just hop off the plane and immediately you're just slapped in the face with like machines and games and cigarette smoke everywhere. Okay, maybe not necessarily cigarette smoke, but like the stain and the carpet of cigarettes, and it's not quite for me, but a fun city. It did also open up an opportunity to go to Meow Wolf with my friends, and that was one of the coolest things ever. I'm pretty sure I mentioned this already, but it's changed how I like look at storytelling. It's changed how I build universes. It's changed how I even give experiences to people. It's so cool. If you guys ever find yourself in Las Vegas, definitely check out Meow Wolf, specifically Omega Mart. That's the thing that I got to experience. There's a couple of other cool things there, but we didn't get the chance to experiment or play with them. And also seeing some fun filmmaker friends too. I got to see Alec again. That was a really cool experience. A lot of work though. It was a very exhausting trip, but a good one nonetheless. Also, they have the Rainforest Cafe over there, so always a good time. Heck yes. Um, Opening up my store in October was a lot of, well, okay, I was about to say a lot of fun, and honestly it was. It was very engaging and a big learning experience. And when I release new products this uh, middle of the month, then I already have a lot kind of set up and waiting. So I don't know, I felt like a really cool thing to say, yes, I have a store, check it out, it's over here. Here's all my designs and cool things. Um, yeah, I don't know. It felt like a nifty accomplishment. Glampire was really cool. I got to work with a lot of familiar faces, along with some of my favorite people as well. Like Micah, he's still one of the coolest. He's in town right now, but I want to see if I can meet up with him. But anyways, first time working on a narrative project in a very long while. It was a nice return. Even though I was also the editor for this, I got to work a little bit on set as the DIT, which is the digital image technician. I think you can reference another podcast where I talk about that. No. No. My phone. But yeah, I would consider that one excellent highlight of mine. Um, did I ever go to California this year? I mean, I know I did for like my friend's wedding. I guess there was Cine Gear. Yeah, I don't think I went really for a vacation though. Would love to go back for a vacation sometime. I do miss California. As weird and wild as that is. But diving into regular uploads was certainly fun. I definitely felt like I had so many video projects to fill up the rest of this year, and I technically still do. As for 2024 anyways. 2025, I'm going to just reset everything, finish up the projects I currently have, and then start fresh with circuit breaker stuff. But it was really cool to get into the momentum of uploading regularly. It kind of taught me like I need to treat my stuff as serious as I do work. The motto I gave myself was, if I can overwork myself for a couple of clients and work that I don't really care about and still barely survive, I should be able to do the same for my own projects and ideally be happier. If I'm surviving but I'm happy, then that's way better than just surviving, you know? So that was really cool and very encouraging to see the reception that a lot of these videos got. So yeah, that was a pretty nifty highlight for me. And then all of the friend hangouts that I've had over the year. I got to hang out with some peeps in a lot of the traveling that I've done. And granted, a lot of my day-to-day life is just at my desk, editing, day in, day out. It's very isolating, so it's very nice for me to just hop in, whether it's on a plane to some other state, or if it's into VR, it's really nice to be able to hang out with some friends and family. So there's a lot of moments that I'm not revealing. It'd take too long to do that, but yeah, I would say it's been a very I was about to say a good year. It is a good year. Just a lot of ups and downs, a lot of just a giant roller coaster. I turned 30 this year, so that was interesting. I'm sorry, this isn't like 2024. And the impression that I get from a lot of people is either, oh, you're turning 30? Dang, well, you're going to start feeling back pain. One, haven't hit that yet. I try to take care of myself as much as I can. Or two, the 30s is when you really just you've figured out who you are, and now it's just a matter of honing in on that, like just going for it. Which is interesting because I felt that was the same with like my teen years into my 20s. I felt like your teenage years, you're going through school and you're trying to figure things out, and then in your 20s, oh man, that's when life starts to open up. I don't know. I feel like with our generation, I'm a millennial. I feel like that wasn't always the case. I feel like high school, you're still figuring things out, who you are, like to your core, sure. But then what's the layer above that core in your 20s? I feel like you really like figure that out. And then perhaps in your 30s is when like you utilize that to the best of your abilities. But then again, I just turned 30, so who's to say? I don't know. And there's no real rule to life outside just social things, so and screw social things half the time. Do whatever you want in life, so long as it doesn't bother people or it doesn't disrupt people. Then yeah, live however you want to live. If you want to figure things out in your 40s, cool, you can super do that too. Who's to say? Or if you find some great success early in your career in your early 20s, then a little bit jealous, but hey, proud of you. Heck yeah. But moving on, what are some things you guys want to see in 2025? It's the brand new year. What do you want to see from me? I think I asked this a couple of times, but I got a couple of goals too for myself. For me, it would be circuit breakers. I've talked about it a lot. I've definitely been simmering on a lot of ideas, and I've kind of come to the realization that maybe I have too many ideas for so few characters. So, what I'm thinking about doing is actually maintaining the slice of life elements of the character Lo-Fi, along with all of his friends. The surreal elements could just be background elements. Maybe it's on TV or it's just within wild adventures of these guys. But there's a story plot or a line that I wanted to integrate into the story, which involved like time manipulation, teleportation. Okay, I guess you get that with D3 teleportation. I still want to explore that, but I feel like to explore those bigger ideas, I have to actually write it. So that'll be the big push for me this year, is actually writing circuit breakers and having season 0.5 shot by the end of summer into fall, or at least by September. Circuit breakers needs to have been shot. And so that's one of the biggest goals I have this year. The second is being financially stable. So if you're watching this, thanks for being on Patreon and thanks for subscribing. Yeah, yeesh, wow, a lot of money has been lost, and it's been pretty tough for almost like a season's worth, like 3 to 4-ish months of just trying to graze by. Not my proudest achievement in life, especially getting into my 30s, but hey, it's a learning experience, right? That'll be a huge one. And so, I have a couple of ideas. I know Artsy Robocrafts is going to help me out a ton. And then maybe just hopping on to just uploading more regularly still, like maintaining that I think is a really good one, and seeing if I can get any sponsorships, and then just collaborating as well, and then reaching out to other companies and clients too. My friend had the idea of going with Moment Lens and just being more or less a content creator for them, and I thought, oh, that could be really fun. Just kind of dabbling into some forms of passive income, some active income, and then making sure that I have multiple avenues too. That way, if one leaves, then, oh, well, these others are still here, you know? So that's certainly something I desperately need and want to do too. But on a more fun note, I want to visit some more friends. This year, I didn't really take too many trips for fun, a lot of it outside one. Most of it was for business. I should say two. Yeah, there was like Hawaii, and then there's a wedding. Okay, yeah, there were two fun trips, but yeah, I want to visit more online friends. There's a friend over in Chicago. There's a friend over in Austin, Texas. There's one in Tennessee. Would also just love to just keep exploring and just experiencing the world. I feel like that's such a integral part of being a human being, or synth in this case. And it's very eye-opening. I'd love to go visit New York as well. I was talking to my friend about like, I like Seattle because it's very traversable for a city. The public transit's not awful. The subway isn't awful. I can one-wheel around town fairly doably. Like, I'm actually pretty impressed with how much I can get around town with just my one wheel and a little bit of public transportation. In fact, every time I take a trip out that requires a plane, I have to get onto the subway or the train to get to the plane. That's something I'd love to do next year. And then learn CGI. This isn't even in my note, but this is something I've been wanting to do for like 3 years now. God dang it. I really want to spend some time, and hence why I'm also taking a break. I made that announcement not too long ago. I'll be making more stuff here on Patreon, but in terms of publicly, I might be taking a break. I'm hoping I only need 2-ish weeks worth of a break, but we'll see. I'll at least get like the Artsy Robocraft stuff going, but I really want to dive into CGI. I want to spend like 5 hours every week at the very least just learning CGI because I do feel as though that would enhance a lot of things with my videos and for marketable skill sets for other things in the industry too. So that would be a lot of fun. I just need to get there at some point. There's never enough time in the life or in the week or in the day. But yeah, that's a really cool thing that I'd love to dive into, especially probably through Blender and some other nifty things like what was it? Unreal Engine. That'd be a lot of fun. And then lastly, I'd love to play games that actually matter. So sometimes I don't know. What I mean is like I play games primarily for the multiplayer element, but it's been a long time since I played Alien Isolation or Mass Effect or something like Outer Wilds, and I see a lot of my friends while I'm editing, and don't get me wrong, this is very much a weird, like, oh, hey, first world problem thing, but I don't know. I see a lot of friends playing games that they get to experiment and stuff, and I have decided I instead will be working on my own stuff, on my own craft, and I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Just, oh man, it's nice to take a break every once in a while. So that's the goal for 2025, or to not feel stressed too. I feel like taking that break, it might even be a month. We'll see. RC Robocraft will definitely be the focus for January, and then get back into some stuff more regularly through February. If I have time to prepare a lot of stuff, then I feel like I will be at a good point where I'm just constantly like ahead of the game. I think her name's Micah or somebody else that Circuit knows was talking about. She has like the store, and it's an amazing store, but she has like up to 14 months of her products already prepared. That's amazing. I'd more or less love to do that with videos too. So wish me luck. If I have even a full month off, all of January, just take it easy, take a break, upload a few videos here and there, but really just hone in on getting some stuff prepared. And I mean like prepared as in like the videos are done. They're just scheduled to be released later. Then I think we'll be in really good shape. So that's the biggest goal for 2025. But I'm curious for you guys, what are your goals for 2025? Do you have any wishes? Do you have any dreams? Do you have any aspirations? What would you like to do by the end of 2025? Because there's 365 days. That's a lot of time. And even if we spend like, I don't know, an hour a day doing something, or heck, even 15 minutes a day doing something, maybe it's to get back into working out, maybe it's to get back into drawing, which is also one of mine. Maybe it's getting into reading or other healthier life habits, or hey, I'm finally moving out of my parents' spot. Whatever it is, comment down below, let me know. And otherwise, yeah, I hope you guys are doing well. I hope you guys are doing great. Hope you guys had a fun New Year's and holiday season back in 2024. And yeah, let's make 2025 a really epic and fun one. And also, a reminder to both you guys and myself, especially for the workaholics out there, definitely take breaks. Or if you take too many breaks, then hey, get back out there. You got this. Because no one else is going to do it but you. Whatever that goal is, you got to do it. And surround yourself with some good friends and supports that will just root for you while you're pursuing your passions. Quick bonus note. This is completely different. We can now just wrap up the podcast, but check this out. It's Zonetron. You can't really see all too well. Okay, yeah. Well, I'll link it down below, but I don't exactly follow Zone, which is a very adult-oriented creator, but I don't really know them all that much. However, I saw that they have a cool robot, and I'm a big fan of robots that have good aesthetics. Yeah, so that's kind of neat. It's kind of cool. I like how it's a blueprint, and you can see like all the inner workings of the circuitry and the armor and all the bits and things. It's actually kind of cool. It's kind of inspiring me to like think about that with my own characters as well. And it's Sig. I'm sorry. Okay, well, sexiness has distracted me apparently, but yeah, it's a cool mouse pad. Does anyone... Oh man, there's so many mouse pads that I own now. I have an Angel Dust one. I have one from Outer Wilds. I have a Stolas one. I have the VHS tape-looking one from PAX, which aesthetically is like my favorite. Gosh, what do you guys do with like unused mouse pads? Or gaming pads? Because like I don't know what else to do outside like hang them on the wall, but I feel like that's committing a crime because you're puncturing something, but you're puncturing like fabric as opposed to like a poster. Well, even then, puncturing a poster, I feel like is also just as wrong. I don't know. How do you do you frame these? What do you guys do? I don't know. But anyways, here's to 2025. Let's make it epic. Until then, stay artsy. Coffee break. Legit coffee break. All right. Sorry, Sig. Oops. Oh, I'm meeting up with Toby later today. That'll be cool. What time is it? 12:16. Okay, I have a solid probably hour or two. Get some stuff prepped. And then edit. Quick editing. Very quick editing. Let's go.